Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless. I am your host, Tammy Simmons. And if you could tell from the artwork and all that stuff, this episode is titled Reset. And so, if you can also see from the picture, it is an AI generated picture, but it is me with no hair. And if you follow me on other social media sites, I will update you and let you know, yes, I have cut off all of my hair. And it was necessary. Now, I will tell you how we got here. So, as I just did like videos, I think just last week, where you see my hair, I'm showing you the products that I'm using and all that other stuff. And some might say, you seem like you enjoyed your hair. You said you were going to grow out your hair. Why did you cut it off? And I would say it was for a reset, but I didn't know it at the time. So, if you've been following this podcast or whatever, or following me, you know that I've had this fight with my hair for the longest. And I realized that, hey, I want to grow out my hair. But I had indecision on the top of my head. Now, I will tell you, I was like, "Oh, no, I'm just gonna cut off my hair. I'm just gonna be bald because I got so much stuff going on. I need to focus and I have to be in go mode and all this other stuff." But that was the old mindset of myself. I felt like that if I had to go into go mode or whatever, that I needed to cut off my hair in order to do so. And so at the end of the day, that's what I did. And I will tell you that I immediately regretted cutting off my hair. I did like even before I cut off my hair, I was like, I felt like I felt like um I had like the anxiety to kind of not do it. And I was trying to grasp at straws before I cut my hair. I was trying to see my curls one last time. And the thing about it is, I couldn't find my curl products. I did have like something, but it wasn't the one that I actually wanted. And then when I went to go cut my hair, I couldn't find my guards or anything. So I just had to cut it smooth off in order for it to, in order to do whatever. And I was like, "Okay." Even after I cut my hair, I was like, "Yep, this is me." And a part of me was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be bald." But then it kind of set in like, no, you know what I mean? But the thing about it is, as I was thinking about it, the Holy Spirit came through. And it's like, no, it's a reset. It's not the whole point that we're going to stay bald, but it was a reset. If God is taking you to the next level and you're doing the next thing or however God is moving in your life and you have indecision on the top of your head. I knew I wanted hair, but I still had that internal fight with hair this entire time. And so at the end of the day, I couldn't continue on growing and everything like that and then was like, "Man, you know what I mean? Should I cut it? Should I get rid of it?" No, we're going to start from the beginning where you actually love your hair. And the reason why it was so important is because I knew that going forward, as we're healing and healed and all this other stuff, I wanted to heal the relationship that I have with my hair. And I couldn't do it if I still had the the voices of indecision on the top of my head. Now I know that I love hair and I want to actually grow my hair with myself now that I'm healed and all this other stuff. Hey, let's grow together. But I couldn't do it if I still had the old mindset on my hair. The old mindset of let's cut it off and you're stronger and bolder without hair and all this other stuff and going back and forth. I had indecision on the top of my head. I couldn't continue in that same path. And so that's the encouragement that I'm giving to you as well. Yes, it might be your reset might look a totally different. But you have to look at the things around you and to say, okay, yes, this is the way I want to go. This is what I want to do, but I can't do it with this person around me or this thing because it has that indecision. That's the thing. It's like, I know we talked about the sewing machine and I ended up giving it back. I ended up getting another one because the thing about it is I couldn't deal with having that machine and not having that indecision. The thing about it was there was a part of me that was missing. You know what I mean? It was things that I wanted to do. There were still things I wanted to sew, and I needed that tool. I just didn't need the mindset that I had when I had that tool at that time. And that's how it may be for you, some of you guys. Now that you're growing, it's January, stuff like that. Now it's like, okay, I want to do this, but my mindset might not be right. So you have to look inside of yourself and your surroundings and say, what do I need to reset? What in my mind needs to change? And once you do that, now it's time to start over. Don't be afraid to reset. Start over from scratch. Hair grows back. Certain things you can get it again, like the sewing machine. Okay, I can get that again. And don't feel bad if you have to go back from to the beginning or start from scratch or anything. Because now it's like, okay, you can go back and get that dream. Why? Because now you have a better mindset when you're going with it. You know what I mean? Now I have this love for it. Now I know what to do with it. Now I have the products for it. Now I know, you know what I mean? Now I can start growing you from love, not from, oh, I should cut it off, or, oh, I look better this way, or my curls never grow. Oh, no. Now I have the knowledge. Now I know what to do with it. Now I know how to speak to myself and talk to myself and stuff like that. And so that's the same thing with you. You have more knowledge now. It's like, okay, now we're grown. I've been through some things. Now, when I pick up that guitar, some of you guys might be going back to instruments. Now, when you go and pick up that guitar, oh, I know what to do with it. I know how to do this. And you know what I mean? Now I have a love for it. Now I'm not looking at it with anxiety or hatred or anything like that. It's like, no, I love this now. And so don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to reset. Don't be afraid. Allow God to go with you on this journey. Let Him be the guide and telling you what to do and where to go. Majority of my life, I've been trying to do everything myself and put all the pressure on me. And now I'm like, no, God, I'm coming to you. What would you like me to do? Where would you like me to go? I did so much on my own. I don't want to do it on my own anymore. And so I pray that this episode has blessed you in some sort of way. Um, just so you know, I do have, because I never say anything about anything else that I do. So I have books out on Amazon. Um, if you need more encouragement, if you like music, I have music on all streaming platforms under my full name, Tammy Michelle Simmons. Um, and I do have a website for this under worthyworthitpriceless.com. And I'm on all social media platforms. But either way, I hate doing that. But I really do. But at the end of the day, I know that it's something in me. Like, I hate selling. We may have talked about this before. Like, I do have a degree in business, but I had like a sales class and I hate selling. And my teacher is like, no, it's not about, for me, like, I hate to bother people. It's kind of like a childhood type of thing, but and he was like, "No, it's like if you have the knowledge for somebody else or something that they may need, you have to tell them, like, they're not just gonna automatically know. So if anybody else hates selling and all that other stuff, think about it that way. You may have something that somebody else might need, and they won't know unless you say something about it. So don't be afraid to actually put yourself out there. God did not give you these talents just for them to sit on the shelf. They're to be shared with others. So I hope that this podcast blessed you, helped you in some sort of way. And until next time, always know that you have worth, you have value, you are always worthy, worth it, and priceless.